Hello, this is Koyan from Games Technology. This is my game and I'll walk you through it right now. The idea of the game is very simple, but it has a learning curve. As you can see, you cannot move the canoe and the camera at the same time. Also, there's absolutely no collision or way to win the game, or lose at that matter. To move the canoe, you must use the WASD keys, and to move the camera separately from the canoe, you need to use the I, K, J and L keys. And to rotate the camera on the Z and X axis, you need to use the Q and Z keys. And now I'll either walk you through physics or the graphics part of my game. Graphics. I will start with Bezier curve. Bezier curve is a parametric curve. I've used it to create my canoe. The way it's done is I've supplemented 3 control points where none of them can be 0. We use them to draw a perfectly curved out object consisting of tuples. That allows us to control it. The second part of the graphics that I've done is the course. Series of draw lines with no underlining in order to minimize the CPU usage, which the maximum of which is 13%. And at the start of the scene, we reshaped the window so that the user can have any resolution he wants. Sadly, it's not specified as an option. Lastly, I'm gonna talk the light sources I use. The first kind of light source I use is two-sided. This one has no effect on points or lines or bitmaps. It only has effects on polygons. The second one is ambient light. It has 4 floating point values that specify the RGBA intensity of the entire scene. And the third one is light local view, which is a single floating point that specifies how specular reflection angles are computed if param is 0. Specular reflection angles take the view direction to be parallel to and in the direction of the z-axis regardless of the location of the vertex in I coordinates. Getting into this project and working with graphics was welcomed with lack of research combined with redundant amount of new information, which by itself demotivated me greatly. But as I went into it, did research, improved my knowledge on the subject, I feel much more confident now that I can improve on the things that went disappointingly bad in the beginning, such as adding textures. The world seems really bland by only having 3 colors in it. I had a really bad experience by bitmapping an image to a box. It didn't work. A second thing I would like to add is a skybox. This shares the same reasons as why I didn't add textures. It just didn't work. And lastly, I would like to add a complex texture for the boats, as it just looks like a simple canoe made from 2 colors. For future projects, I will be able to manage time much more efficiently and develop a work plan much more accordingly, based on the experience that I've gathered using OpenGL for the past month. I would like to thank you for listening, and I would like to apologize for the terrible editing of this video. And I would like to state my references, which are the experimental sources provided by university lectures and folders, and Nehe productions for